Did you know that renewing your Indiana driver's license can literally be as quick as brewing a cup of coffee? Well, welcome everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here with us today. Today's explainer is all about demystifying the Indiana BMV online renewal process. Our goal? To save your most precious resource, your time. Whether you're totally new to online civic services or you're a seasoned digital pro, we're going to walk through exactly how you can effortlessly get this done without ever leaving your house.
Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. Skipping the BMV line, 2. The eligibility checklist, 3. How to actually use My BMV, 4. Age, fees, and expiration, and finally, 5. When you have to visit in person.
Section 1. Skip the BMV line. Let's avoid that wait.
Because, let's be honest, we all know the absolute ultimate pain point of renewing a license is waiting in a long line at a physical government building. So let me just ask you directly, do you want to skip that BMV line? Imagine handling your state bureaucracy from the comfort of your own couch. Maybe with your dog on your lap and that coffee in your hand. Well, the state of Indiana has actually heavily invested in a massive administrative modernization program to make this a reality for the vast majority of its drivers.
Just think about the contrast here for a second. The old way? That means carving time out of your busy workday, driving all the way to a branch, pulling a paper ticket, and just waiting. But the modernized approach? It gives you two incredible, super convenient options. You've got the MyBMV online portal that you can pull up right on your phone or computer, and a whole network of 24-hour BMV Connect kiosks scattered all around the state. And here's the best part, both use the exact same electronic processing network, meaning you get the identical result in a fraction of the time. All right. Moving to Section 2, the eligibility checklist. Let's see if you qualify. Let's rapid fire through the basic criteria to see if you can use this fast track. Good news, most standard drivers easily pass this check. First off, you need to be a U.S. citizen and an Indiana resident. You also need to be between the ages of 21 and 74. Actually, scratch that. A quick note on age. If you're 75 or older and you have a recent vision screening form on file, you can use this system too. Also, your previous photo has to already be on file, you can't have any recent name or address changes, and your driving record needs to have under 6 active points. Basically, if you're a standard driver with a clean record and no changing personal details, you are totally good to go. And this brilliantly illustrates how the system protects public safety. If you have specific restriction codes on your record, the automated system is going to block you from renewing online. For example, Restriction 2, that's for habitual traffic violators. Restriction 6 means an ignition interlock device is required. Or Restriction 9, which applies to temporary credentials that require manual immigration document checks. The system flags these because, well, physical verification is legally required to ensure these high-risk or unique situations are being monitored properly. It's actually a great example of technology ensuring our roads stay safe. Okay, Section 3, How to Use My BMV. Here is your step-by-step guide. To get through the authentication barrier and into your private records, whether you're sitting at your laptop or standing at one of those 24-hour kiosks, you literally only need 3 pieces of information. Step 1, your driver's license number. Step 2, the last 4 digits of your social security number. And Step 3, your legal zip code that matches whatever the BMV currently has on file for you. Just type those in, and the portal guides you right to the payment gateway. It is that simple. Once you're logged in, you'll just follow the prompts to pay and renew. But here is the critical part where people tend to get stuck. How do you actually get your temporary driving proof so you can legally drive today? Well, look right up at the top navigation bar. You're going to click right on that My Information tab, highlighted right there for you. Let's move to the next step and see how this builds. Once you click that tab, direct your attention to the left-hand menu. You're going to see an option titled Your Transaction History. Click that. This right here is the exact digital paper trail of the renewal you literally just completed. Now, what's really interesting about this next step, and honestly absolutely crucial, notice the button right near the top that says Print Interim License. Clicking this generates a PDF of your temporary paper license. But listen closely because this is our #1 troubleshooting tip for you today. You absolutely must turn off your web browser's pop-up blocker before you click this. If you have a pop-up blocker enabled, the system won't generate the document, and you might actually have to visit a physical branch just to get your temporary paper license, which obviously completely defeats the entire purpose of renewing online. So remember, disable that pop-up blocker.
All right, moving right along to Section 4, Age, Fees, and Expiration. Let's talk costs and timelines.
Interestingly, the state actually lowers the financial burden on drivers as they get older, which compensates for the more frequent renewals they require. So if you're under 75, your license costs $17.50 and it's good for 6 years. If you're between 75 and 84, the validity drops to 3 years, but the cost drops too, down to $11. And for our drivers at 85 and older, you renew every 2 years for just a $7 base fee.
Now, you might be wondering, what happens if I forget? Well, your license officially expires at midnight on your birthday. If you miss that midnight deadline, a flat $6 administrative late penalty is automatically tacked onto your cost. But the good news? As long as your license has been expired for less than 180 days, you can still use the MyBMV portal to renew online. You just have to pay that extra $6. Not a bad trade-off for skipping the line.
And to give you total peace of mind regarding timelines, your printed interim paper license, the one you just printed without the pop-up lock, right, is legally valid for a full 30 days. Your permanent hard copy plastic credential will arrive in your mailbox within 14 days. If it's been over 2 weeks and you haven't seen it, well, that's when you should pick up the phone and call customer support, because your paper backup covers you perfectly during that entire 30-day window.
Finally, Section 5. When to visit in person. Let's look at the branch-only exceptions.
So the crucial point here is understanding when technology has to take a backseat to good old-fashioned physical verification. There are a few detours. If you hold a commercial driver's license, federal oversight mandates an in-person visit. If you're upgrading a standard license to a Homeland Security compliant Real ID, you've got to go in to show original physical documents. If you let your license expire past that 180-day mark we talked about, yep, you're going to a branch to take a written test. Foreign nationals and drivers 75 or older who haven't emailed in a recent vision screening form also absolutely must renew in person.
And there you have it, the whole shebang. The convenience of skipping the line, checking your eligibility, and navigating the system in just a few clicks is genuinely incredible. Are you ready to log into MyBMV and take control of your renewal right now? I highly encourage you to check your expiration date today and save yourself that dreaded trip to the branch. Drop a comment below if you've tried this system and let us know how it went for you. As always, please remember that government processes can change, so you should definitely verify all final details with the official Indiana BMV website for your specific situation. As digital infrastructure continues to replace these brick-and-mortar waiting rooms, it really makes you wonder, what other civic duties are ripe for a one-click tech revolution? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Now go enjoy that cup of coffee.